You will be a hothead too and think the world is either black or white. Part 2. Hashtag Gerak Budaya, hashtag Dr. Azli. Dear Paprika, I hope you're paying attention to the lessons I'm giving you in these 2 letters. It will save your R's from trouble as you make your way in life. Just to reiterate, here are the 3 points from the previous letter. Number 1. Dr. Azli prefers to champion all lives matter, and that includes black, white, and etc. 2. The Gerak Budaya team's cancellation could have been worded better, more tactfully to Dr. Azli. And 3. Pak Chong did not throw his young team under the bus, but he threw himself under the bus to save them. Right. On with explanation number 2. There is a rule in life about things put in writing. Always ask yourself how silly you will look if it was made public. So, if you don't want to look like a fool, be careful about what you write. In the case of the Gerak Budaya's editor's cancellation of the event, it should have been worded better. If it was me, I would have called up Dr. Azli to talk to him first, or at least private message him to discuss his stand on BLM and ALM. And if I feel I still must cancel the event, I would have simply written a short statement. It is with much regret that Gerak Budaya has decided to cancel Dr. Azli's event, Malaysian Apartheid, Education and Anti-Racism. We feel we cannot agree with Dr. Azli on his current stand on a certain matter related to his talk. We thank those who alerted us to this matter and acknowledge we have made an egregious error, etc., etc. We take full responsibility, etc., etc. End quote. See what I did there? The announcement is short, only states a general reason and is apologetic. No need to mention what the agreement was, no need to embarrass Dr. Azli, make him look like a little boy whose mother didn't teach him any better. It thanks GB's supporters for pointing out the problem and thus keep them happy. Also, it doesn't mention the editor's stand on BLM because there really is no need for her to blow her own trumpet in the announcement. Gerak Budaya has been a platform for the voiceless. Sure, there are some people who would never be invited to talk at GB, but Dr. Azli isn't one of them. Even if his view is wrong, it isn't totally wrong, and the event will lead to discourse and discussion. The editors at GB are young, and as I would expect, they are hot-headed and think the world is either black or white. If you're not with me, you're against me. Luckily for them, they have a guiding light in Pak Chong. 3. The hero in this saga is Pak Chong. He sent Dr. Azli an apology which you can read at Dr. Azli's Facebook page. He's trying to save everyone's face by offering himself as a sacrifice. His reply is truly, as Dr. Azli puts it, a gentlemanly reply. If you have a chance to read it, you will see Pak Chong is doing exactly what I would have done. Handled the situation with much tact, apologized to Dr. Azli, not fault his young team but faulted his own self for not looking closely at the matter, not burn bridges but tried to mend the broken bridge, not demoralize his team and not put his Gerak Budaya in danger or partisanship. You would also see that Pak Chong would have only released a small announcement of the cancellation, just as I would have. Then, he pleaded with Dr. Azli to give his young team another chance. This is followed by another acknowledgement of his own failure. By doing so, he has rescued the friendship of an old ally, saved Dr. Azli's face, and not make him into a bitter enemy. Now, if this doesn't make Pak Chong a gentleman, I don't know what does. You will be surprised to know that Pak Chong was not always like this. Remember what I said about young people being hot-headed? Well, I read about him and was shocked to find out that this gentleman was once an activist who was put in the ISA and tortured for 8 years when he was just 20 years old. Like I said, young people are hot-headed. Dear Paprika, when you are a young lady, I hope you too will take up worthy causes and fight for the weak. However, be warned, you will be a hothead when you are young and think the world is either black or white, right or wrong. and nothing in between. If you do not control it, it will get you into a lot of trouble with the authorities, your friends, and your allies. Trouble that may break you and destroy your life if you're not careful. So believe me when I say, when people are young, they will be hot-headed and do things with little regard for their own safety. Instead, think before you act or say something. Think of the possible consequences. Your loving father, Daddy.